And then we have a section where we have signed another year's lease for ATV use.
Okay, we're going to expand on each of those, but we do have the photo up here now. So maybe you can describe who's in the photo with you and what the circumstance is.
Well, the man on the right is Mike Holmes, and in June the 2nd, they came and did their 6th annual Holmes ride for the Holmes Foundation in support of construction renovations, getting it right the first time, and obviously supporting youth and going into skilled trades. So they came, and it was I was very lucky. Mark Hamilton, who is one of their employees, he took me out on Monday, and I did the 45-kilometer ride on an ATV, and a nice little Honda to drive. And that was fun. And then they came on Saturday and did their major ride. So in the picture, obviously, was Mike, and the other person was Brian Baumler, who is also a TV personality. So they came to Springwater, and they departed from our administrative parking lot and went up Nursery Road and went through the trails that had been sanctioned. And we gave them special permission to be on 2 roadways that day that weren't part of the prescribed trails.
Regular trail
system. So it was a
yeah.
fundraising day for them, and I think a fun day for them, and gave us some publicity. And I know there were lots of tweets and pictures from that, and so that's good. It's all about getting out there and being known, and we have wonderful trails. So it's if we can bring those kinds of personalities and people who were there that day. They came over and asked what was happening. They were at the ball diamond, because we've got a wonderful ballpark there on Nursery Park where our administration building is. And so folks from out of town came over and asked about it, and I explained it to them. They said, oh, well, they're ATV enthusiasts, so they thought they would come up, and hopefully when people come like that to take part in the trail ride or on their own, they're going to buy some food, stay overnight, spend some money.
And what you've done is something that not all communities do, and that is to allow at least limited motorized use. I'm thinking of summertime, not wintertime. Motorized use on your trails. Colin, for instance, has been very adamant, and the Georgian Trail, which I've been involved with both, very adamant always in not having motorized vehicles except the winter with snowmobiles. How do you find that? How do you find that's working with the ATVs and the non-motorized use?
The ride, the Holmes ride, we just heard back from the county, and I'm pleased to say that it was well cleaned up. They cleaned up any mess. It was a wet morning, because I don't know if you remember the week just before June 2nd, but we got heavy rain on the Friday.
Oh yeah.
So there were some mud holes, so they had to go in and patch them up. But that's just weather. It wasn't a problem. So they were very courteous. Now I think they were very controlled. They had one of their staff leader at the middle, front and back, and so nobody got rip-roaring around and making. Plus, they want to be good neighbors. They want to maintain. This was a fundraising event. They don't want to. But I think we do get some angst from neighbors of 2-wheel vehicles, because they tend to be louder. But they're still allowed on the trails. But again, it's always about getting along with your neighbor.
With your neighbors, right?
You know, and if you're close to houses, slow down and quiet down. And we would, and I think we could all live more harmoniously. But we do get complaints about noise on trails, particularly some of the 2-wheelers. Right.
The ATVs, I don't know that do you have much connectivity with other municipalities? I think your snowmobile trails are well connected across the province.
They're pretty much provincial, and we just approved something on Monday night for most. It's an acronym for snowmobile use and extending.
Mid-Ontario snowmobile trails?
Trails, snowmobile, yeah, most. So in talking to Mark Hamilton from Glen Huron here, he was telling me that they have some connectivity. There's much more, though, in rural Bruce to the west of us, not so much as you stated, Clearview. So Springwater, they can go north. I don't have a memory bank of all the trails that can connect, but they don't have connectivity across the province. And so they still have to pave their way with their good behavior and their getting along with their neighbors.
They're very organized, and
yes, and they're trying to get better organized.
Very courteous in their approach to municipalities to try to get access for their members.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another economic engine, though, because they really, if you go on those trails for a week, you're definitely staying overnight and buying food.
There's only one thing you can carry, and that's your wallet.
And we hope you don't lose it. You just keep using it.
That's right.